Today, I will present the results of my assessment from the South American Regional Dynamic course with the topic Brazil and U.S. Economic Bilateral Relations. As the world's fifth largest country, Brazil has mostly coastal populations of more than 200 million and is dominated geographically by the Amazon River as the world's largest rainforest. In 2018, after a long period of political chaos prompted by massive public corruption scandals and economic crisis, voters elected Jair Bolsonaro of the Social Liberal Party to serve as president. Bolsonaro has generally pursued a free market agenda, including an overhauling of the public pension system and privatizations of government assets. However, his fragile relationships with many parties in Congress could delay enactment of his proposal to reform Brazil's complex tax system, which is one of the most burdensome among emerging economies, consuming about 33% of gross domestic product. Due to unfavorable political and economic conditions, Brazil is still a developing country in South America. In fact, because of these factors, Brazil has become a dependent country. The most dependence is with the hegemonic country. There is the United States. Understand a little about dependency theory, especially modern dependency from the talk of Ferdinand Henrique Cardoso. This theory has another name, namely the Associated Dependent Development Model. There are some things that are important in determining whether dependence of a country with development according to the Cardoso theory, which can be seen in three ways. There is a historical factor causes from external and internal, and the last is the dynamic relationship between peripheral state with center state. In this case, Brazil's dependence on the U.S. has factors from external and internal causes, as well as the dynamic relationship that Brazil has with the U.S. Back in 2013, Brazil and U.S. had strained relations since the espionage scandal by the United States National Security Agency, or NSA. Because of that, former president of Brazil, Dilma Rousseff, is cancelled his visit to the United States. But the situations of economic and political interest at that moment give a basic reasons for the existence of policies Brazil to fulfill the invitations of the United States by visiting Obama president in the White House in June 2015. The visit discusses the expansions of cooperation between Brazil and US in several fields, particularly in the fields of economy and defense. During the meeting, Brazil and the United States discussed the trade and investment cooperation agreements, which result in Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU. In addition, the President of Brazil and the United States also organized several dialogues, such as a Global Partnership Dialogues, Economy and Finance Dialogue, Strategic Energy Dialogue, and Defense Cooperation Dialogue. The efforts made by President Dilma Rousseff turned out not to have an effect on the country's domestic conditions, especially in the financial sector political. President Dilma Rousseff remains removed from office at the start in 2016 and was replaced by his deputy, namely Michel Temer. From the photos, it is clear that the relationship between the two is not a very favorable relationship. For Brazil, even Brazil's GDP has been steadily falling after only increasing in 2017. Even during Bolsonaro's presidency, Brazil was getting closer to the United States, and according to some researchers, the relationship is actually damaging the Brazilian economy. Several policies carried out by Donald Trump with the Brazilian government, there is some policies I attach. I believe that abandoning the country's commitment to autonomy in foreign affairs has weakened Brazil's international standing and caused tensions in its relations with other important partners, such as the BRICS groups like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Due to the time limits, so I include reference material that listener can read more about these topics. That's all my presentation this time and thank you.